to be fair naman guys, narinig natin yung words ni Ali. So, for us naman, Filipinos, na nandito talaga nakatira, ano yung mga pagbabagong gusto natin i-share kay Ali?
Okay.
This is a podcast series produced by Hiraya Media featuring our conversations with Filipinos from across the world. This podcast has only one goal, to echo what is necessary. So sit back, relax, and welcome to Hiraya Talks.
Based on what Ali shared earlier, di ba? Ano naman, parang nilagay niya sa political context yung idea ng
Generational
gap. Kasi parang we started the conversation with the idea of not being represented. Di ba? Yung the color of our skin, parang I don't see myself in a billboard, in the media, di ba? Parang the people there don't look like me.
Yes.
So parang, and then we realized na of course, yun nga, parang it's not the people who are in power right now dun sa mga platforms na yun, di ba? Hindi pa ganun yung thinking.
Yes.
And you
Or it's not the priority yet.
Yes, oo.
At least
So,
for them.
so how do we transition into that? So parang Ali shared, but 'di ba sa atin sa perspective dito sa Pilipinas, siguro pwede nating simulan din sa politics before we go to the other platforms
Like a
media.
subsector.
Kasi 'di ba, dito din naman parang predominantly marami pa ring mga yung tawagin na nating trapo. Na yung pa rin ang mga nandun sa Senado, sa ano, and siguro meron ka lang mga makikitang mangilan-ngilan na mga young mayors or mga young...
Saka generation ng trapo. Next generation ng trapo.
Yes.
Kasi anak ng trapo.
Dynasty levels, di ba? Like, hello po, Congress. And, I mean...
So, same ideals pa rin.
So, lalayo pa ba tayo sa biglang, di ba, mga young politicians na nandun, ganyan. Pero meron din naman ng mga leaders na...
Young and upcoming.
Although, syempre, hindi sila yung majority.
No.
Oo.
So, ako parang, ayun, kayo, what do you think? Na parang when it comes to our leaders sa government, dito sa Pilipinas, parang, ang laki kasing factor nun eh. For me, ang laking factor nun. Like, when you were talking about Hallyu, just to contextualize, ang Hallyu ay nangyari siya, ang Korean entertainment nag-boom siya, it's because it has government support. And ako personally, coming from the film industry and from the media industry, parang all those years, di ba, of being part of this industry, laging parang bakit yung Korean maganda yung mga series? Ba't Korean yung maganda? There's this one talk among students, parang there's this one university na nag-invite sa akin na in-explain ko dun sa mga bata na it's not because the creators here, the producers, or the writers, the directors here are incompetent. There are a lot of talented storytellers, Filipino storytellers, okay? But the question is, are we getting the support that we need?
That we need to flourish
talaga
as an industry.
Kasi di ba sinasabi nila sa Korea, parang magpapahiram sa'yo ng walang location. Alam niyo ba sa production, ang location, ang laking gastos niyan. Sa
Sa
pelikula.
kanila, diba, parang okay, apply, tapos done.
Parang sige, gamitin mo. Bakit? Kasi strategic siya, nakatahi
Saka
siya
hindi
sa
ka mababayad.
Yes, oo. And kasi tinignan siya ng gobyerno na parang nakatahi siya sa turismo.
Yes.
Diba? So, ganun
Advertisement.
siya. And of course, ang laking bagay na hindi sila magaling mag-Ingles. Unlike dito sa Pilipinas, di ba? Parang, so doon, hindi priority yung Hollywood films. Ang priority talaga yung dito sa Pilipinas, kailan lang ba priority ang
MMF.
MMFF currently, di ba? This Christmas season. So parang doon lang napaprioritize yung mga Filipino films. So parang in general, parang kaya ayun, parang government support, and let's also talk about yung writer's strike sa Amerika, di ba? There are guilds that protect the rights of a writer. Parang I'm gonna give you a very, very concrete example. Sa writer ka sa industriya, una, yung iba kala, writer, parang feeling nyo sobrang celebrated ang writers. No! Parang in terms of sometimes the way producers pay writers or doesn't pay writers or not paying writers on time. Minsan parang I know a lot of writer friends, 'di ba, na parang they feel na bakit kailangan ko magmakaawa or parang mag-follow up sa isang bayad, 'di ba, na nasa inyo yung script, wala nang usap-usap, pero 'di ba, ang hirap makipag-usap, minsan hindi sila sasagutin ng producer, may mga ganung instances.
Or it's very sad kasi na-exploit na yung talents nila, but for them it's them supporting the industry to keep it alive. And they're doing it out of passion and out of love.
And kapag may isang writer na di ba, bold enough, for instance, to actually post on Facebook about this instance, di ba, to let everyone know, or parang to say no, the audacity to say no to a producer na kunwari, this is my talent fee. Tapos pag sinabi niyang, ay hindi masyadong mahal, pupunta na lang ako sa, talagang tatawaran ka. No, yan yung talent fee ko, respect it. Tapos, so, hindi ka nila tatanggapin, magiging firm ka about it, lilipat siya sa ibang writer, another writer na ofera na mas mababa, magsisay yes. And I won't take it against that writer as well because it's his bread and butter.
Exactly.
Diba? Iba-iba naman kami. Ako personally, it's no longer my bread and butter, yung pagpipelikula. So parang, pero may mga ganong instances. Pero, alam nga namang i-take against ko yun doon sa fellow writer ko na kailangan kumita.
Exactly.
Yes,
Gusto ko lang naman ng pera. Kailangan ko lang mabuhay.
Oo. So parang ako,
Right.
kung nakano ako, not everyone has that privilege.
Yep.
But the point is, kaya nagkakaroon ng ganong situations, parang hindi namin ma-unify yung mga selves namin. Kasi nga, wala kaming guild.
Right.
Diba,
Walang union.
There's
Oo,
no
walang union.
protection for you to really pursue something.
Yes, kasi in the States, diba yung SAG-AFTRA, diba? And,
Meron silang, like, may bill of friendship.
Yes.
Pero meron silang guidelines na you have to meet this items before we start working with studios again.
Tsaka tigil talaga, pero mo kinain, parang kunwari, nung yung mga beat from the Ryan Murphys to the Shonda Rhimes, diba, parang stop lahat.
Stop,
including actors, diba, sila sa picket, diba? So parang, ang
Walang cohesiveness, no?
oo. So parang yun, diba, ang grabe yun, solid yun. Kasi kapag sinabi, sige,
Tumigil ang industry.
titigil. Walang magagawa si Disney, walang magagawa si Netflix. Parang sige, kayo sumulat ng next season ng Succession. Or ng diba? Or ng Stranger Things. Wali! Diba? Doon nila nare-realize, so, ang baba ng tingin nyo sa writer. Pero sige, hindi kayo sumulat. Pero wala nun dito. Wala nun dito.
In saying that, Hiraya Media, shoutout sa Hiraya Media, binabayaran natin ang tayo. Writers natin.
Ayan.
Kaya it starts from the top, like the leaders.
Yes.
I'm
Yun naman
tooting
yung
my
goal
own horn,
natin.
the leaders. Like me. You have to pay them
Yun naman
right.
yung goal natin, diba?
That's right.
Kaya din naman natin ginagawa to because we want to change yung mga nakasanayan na hindi na dapat, ganyan. So yun, parang ang laking bagay na may government support and
Right.
diba, may mga ganun to protect the rights of the people na ano. So kunwari, kung ganun ang mindset, diba? Kung, parang like kunwari kayo, diba? Or kung Elijah, you're entering that industry, diba? Na parang para sa generation ninyo, tayo, parang na-plan siya na, diba? Naayos na yung mga bagay na gusot nung nakaraan, ganyan. Pero yun siya, parang to answer your question about it, even from whether it's politics or media, basically, una, hindi siya overnight.
True.
Diba? It's not a
That's right.
sprint, it's a marathon. Diba? So, kailangan siya ng effort at tapang ng generation natin to actually get there.
Panindigan natin.
Yes,
Yung
step by
stance
step.
na-
It's not gonna be easy, pero step by step. Kasi at some point, mapapagod ka na rin mag-rant sa industry.
Exactly.
Di ba? Parang mapapagod ka na rin mag-rant. Bakit ganyan? Bakit ganito? Question this, question that. So what are we going to do about it? And siguro ako, doing so, kailangan din natin i-conserve yung energy natin. Siguro the problem lang din with our generation din minsan is masyado din tayong
We overshare.
oo, tsaka gigil.
Oo.
Diba? Parang gigil na gigil ka. Parang you feel like you need to save the world and you need to do it fast. Diba?
Doon sa instant.
Yes, oo. Parang we can start small.
Yeah.
And ako parang the power of small things, diba? The power of small things, the power of small steps.
Right.
Ako parang on a personal level, on a career level, on a collective level, sobra siyang important. Kasi, start with your own community, with your own platform, diba?
Exactly.
When we say platform, the young generation, our generation, we always say platform, it's TikTok, it's social media.
Yes.
No. Diba? Your family could be a platform.
Be your notebook or
Yes.
your classroom.
Oo.
And it doesn't matter like how many followers you have. Yung platform mo, 150 followers, platform yan.
Yes.
Go
And
for
you
it.
mentioned classroom and
Yes.
you mentioned 150 followers. Parang ako personally, when the pandemic happened, may ganun kang feeling. You wanna save the world, you wanna change the system. Nakita mo, di ba? Kasi yung pandemic, it's more than just a health crisis. It's political.
Economic.
Di ba? It's economic.
Yes.
So, ang dami niyang
Class
inilabas,
system.
pinurge na problems. But, sabi ko nun, hindi ako si Superman, hindi ako si Lord.
Exactly.
Di ba? So, parang, where do I start? And ako, ang nahanap ko talaga, it's not even me returning to media. Sabi ko, I will teach. My platform is going to be a small classroom of 16, of 15. Kasi parang ako, yun yung ako, for me, that is my most powerful platform. Not media, not, me having a job sa entertainment industry or a career in the film industry. Of course, that is a powerful platform. But minsan masyado din tayo nasisilaw dun sa bigness of things.
Right.
For me, mas powerful, mas may control ka over things that are small. So, kunwari ako sa classroom, hindi ko underestimate yung power na pwede kong maipasa na knowledge and wisdom sa next generation of media practitioners, of storytellers. So, ako, I personally love my students and sabi ko nga, inside the classroom, hindi mo, kunwari, in one section, I only have 16 or 15 last semester. Dun sa 69, hindi mo alam sino dyan ang next
director.
Yes, next Maria Ressa.
Yes.
Or, sino dyan ang next president of the Philippines.
Exactly.
Yes.
And ako, naniniwala ako that the power of teaching is parang minsan, di ba, the best mentor, may mga decisions tayong ginagawa in our life because we were inspired by a mentor or by the kindness of a mentor, of a teacher. So, it's not even kung ano yung tinatransfer mong knowledge eh. It's really
the relationship that you build with the
paano
students.
Paano mo trinato yung student? How did you make them feel seen, heard? When they enter your classroom or when they listen to you, do they feel that they matter, that they have a voice? And I always constantly remind my students that hindi mahalaga ang galing kasi ang galing ay natututunan na titrain.
Exactly.
Sa akin nga, pantay-pantay tayo magagaling. We complement each other. Parang like tayo sa editorial team na Hiraya, may kanya-kanya tayong strengths. But ultimately, most important is integrity. But I don't mean to sound self-righteous when I say integrity is when hindi siya yung parang honesty or goodness. Of course, those are important values. But when I say integrity here is there's alignment. Diba? Kapag may integrity ang isang makina, ang isang car, ang isang plane, diba? Ibig sabihin parang parang lahat
everything is aligned. Like what you say is what you do.
Yes, when you say and what's inside you, kung ano talaga.
It's really reflected.
Yes, kasi alam naman natin nahirapan tayo. In the past, people are going to depression and parang mental health crisis or existential crisis. It's because they're not aligned. Walang integrity. Kasi kunwari, alam nila na ito ang dapat nilang tamang gawin but you're doing a different job. Diba? Pwedeng ganun eh. Parang hindi nagpapantay kung ano yung values mo sa kung ano, because it's a lucrative job or it pays the bills, di ba? Parang, and again, yun nga, parang it happens, di ba? Parang minsan we have to earn money, di ba? Parang we don't have that privilege. Pero ako, feeling ko ultimately yun eh. Integrity siya. Para pag gumarap sila sa industriya, kahit na anong harapin nilang challenges and their values are going to be challenged. At the end of the day, ako,
if you stand on business.
Yes,
exactly.
And ako basic ang batayan ko na ng integrity. If you can sleep soundly at night.
Exactly.
That's integrity.
I think natin
that's the gift of it.
Exactly. I think napagdaan ng Hiraya Media yun. You were talking about
right. Oh my God.
Right, diba? Napagdaan ng Hiraya Media yun. Yung sinasabi your platform is your classroom. My platform. That's why I created with Christian. Shout out kay Christian pala.
And hi, Shan.
Hi, Shan.
That's why we created Hiraya Media is because I wanted wala akong followers. Like, si Chan yung may followers, obviously. Ako, parang gusto ko lang magsulat.
Yeah.
Kasi sinabi ko kay Jancy dati, I've been, parang sa akin, di ba minention ko, parang before Hiraya Media, everything was black and white for me. It was like, tech, money, making, yung mga money making, ganyan, company, ganon. Tapos parang sabi ko, I need some place to vent. I need some place to like talk about my culture, my experience as a Filipino American.
For your soul.
For my soul, yes. Like food for my soul, right? That's why we created Hiraya Media. It's because we wanted to talk about things that is relevant to us and feel like some people would actually like, relate to it, diba? Ganun. Kahit na, it doesn't matter, like, if konti lang yung followers or, I think hindi naman yun yung point ng Hiraya Media, diba? Na parang, it doesn't matter. Like, obviously, on business, sure, we need more views, right? Pero, the point na meron na akong platform to say how I feel about a certain topic, sobrang freeing sa akin.
And also, Ali, to give a platform and for people na hindi mahanap yung platform.
Exactly. Yung lalo na yung mga may mga bigger audience, ganun ba, kasi ang hirap maging to enter that
Yes.
bigger audiences, right? So parang tayo na, okay, yeah, do you have something to say? Sure. Go for it. Like, send
We
us
can share a platform.
Oh, sure.
This
yeah.
is our safe
Exactly.
space.
Exactly. Some people, some writers have told me na I really love working with you guys kasi parang you give everyone a chance to say what they want to say, diba, ganyan. But what I was talking about is there was a time that someone offered us money to buy Hiraya Media na ano siya, they're gonna use it for propaganda. I won't say anything. But I won't say anyone, everyone's saying, but they asked us, tas parang they wanted to use it to parang ano yung term nila, parang pabanguhin yung
Pangalan
yung personality ni X, ganon. Tapos parang sabi, pag nag-usapan namin ni Christian yun, sabi namin, pera yun, ganon.
And it's malaki.
It's a big money. Like, obviously, anything is big money for us, right? Kasi wala naman tayong pera.
Startup.
But at the same time, it's money, right, that we don't have. Like, do we sacrifice that? Do we sacrifice our soul? Do we sell our soul to the devil?
Actually,
Right?
May 2 cents ako dyan. Actually, napagdugtong mo yung sinabi ni Jancy kanina. When it comes to integrity, there are 2 cents. The clarity and then the
Yes.
action part.
Yeah.
Is it clear for you na what do you really want? What's your values? What's your
Yes.
core values?
Yun.
What you really uphold in
Your
every day?
intention.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then the other part of the equation is really the action. Like, if it's clear to you that, for example, that I stand firm, that I don't support
Yes.
X.
Yeah.
So why would I
Stand on business.
accept
Yes,
the
exactly.
money?
That's exactly what we did. That's yun yung discussion namin ni Christian. Do you really want parang makakatulog ba tayo at night if we give this platform that we have, the small platform that we have to the other side, to the dark side, diba? Makakatulog ba tayo? Oh, sure, may money tayo. We can do another do another thing like this, right? Pero binigay mo yung platform na yon sa pwedeng gamitin sa masama, diba? Parang sabi nga ni Sam Smith, how do you sleep at night?
Yes. And thank you next. Thank you next. We're not the
Thanks
sacrificial
so much
lamb.
for listening, Sam Smith.
No, hindi, parang ganun yun. Parang, at the end of the day, sabi namin ni Christian, no, our values, the reason why we created Hiraya Media is to influence for good. Diba?
Yes.
Parang we change the beliefs ng the younger generation. We let them think. We think parang we see the other side of things, right?
Yes.
That's the point of Hiraya Media. We still done business. Sabi namin, bala na, maging mahirap na, or wala tayong pera. Basta, intact pa rin yung soul natin, intact pa rin yung values natin. And ang pag-usapan, sinabi ko kay Jancy, yun, sabi ni Jancy, Ali, kung tinanggap mo yun, aalis ako. Sabi ko, exactly. Kasi hindi yun yung values natin as an organization, as leaders of this organization. We said no, and we just said fuck it, right? Parang fuck it. Wala tayong pera, fuck it. Right?
Saka, I remember what I told Chan when he called me about it. Sabi ko, kasi tempting siya, hindi lang doon sa pera, because it will also accelerate our goals and speed. Yun yung laging
Speed up.
priority
Yeah.
ng generation natin. Yun yung flow
Kasi
natin.
we already, parang we're earning a resource.
Oo.
And yun, parang
Lucky
tayo
resource.
as a young generation, lagi tayong atat-inip. Kasi nga precisely, that's the world we're living in right
A
now.
fast
Everything's
pace.
instant. Parang, di ba? Parang you can skip ads, literally. On TikTok.
You can pay to skip
Oo. On TikTok, there's literally I don't know, I don't have TikTok, but there's literally a video or an audio that says, let's skip to the good part.
Let's
Diba?
get to the good part.
Yes. But no, that's parang no to skipping into the good part, because precisely ako personally, when you skip to the good part, you actually missed
A lot
on the
of
actual
things.
good part,
But also,
which
like,
is the struggle part,
right.
the waiting part, the anong tawag dito, parang the hard work
Really
that
the
it
growth.
entails. And yes,
Yeah.
and sabi ko kay Chan nun, parang I personally believe that delays delays are a purification of our intentions.
That's right.
Yes.
I love that.
Diba? Parang
Yes.
ako, ganon. When something gets delayed in my life, I always ask myself, so,
Meron
you're
pang
trying to tell me, life, universe, God, whatever you wanna call it, you're trying to tell me to review my intentions, going back to what you said about clarity.
Yes.
Diba? That's the first step sa integrity. So, kunwari nun, parang we step back, and diba sila Ali na-realize nila, why are we doing this again?
Yeah.
Why are we doing
Yeah.
this again? Okay, parang, of course, the resources are there, ganyan, but we're not ganyan. Pero bakit? Bakit nga ba natin ganyan? Kasi ano mo yun yun yung roadmap mo eh.
Oo.
That's your GPS, your intentions,
Exactly.
diba? So kapag na-delay, tapos na-realize mo, okay, oops, nagmamadali ako. I don't know, did you watch the animated version of Aladdin? Yung luma.
No.
Aladdin.
I don't remember.
But everyone knows naman the
Yeah.
tale of Aladdin, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ako lagi ko siyang sinasabi, di ba, na ang mechanics dun sa utos sa kanya ni Jafar, kasama niya si Abu, the monkey, his pet, ganyan. Ang mechanics, ang kukunin mo lang yung lamp. Okay? And then, don't touch anything inside the cave. Okay?
Yeah.
Wag matigas ulo. Don't touch it. So, si Aladdin, firm siya. Okay? Just get the lamp. And then, when you get the lamp, you have the...
Get out.
Diba? Oo, you have to get out. And
Yeah.
technically, it's the most powerful thing inside that cave, the lamp. It has 3 wishes, diba? And yet, Abu, the monkey, gets something like the jewels, and then the cave, diba? Nag-start siya maguho. Para, for me, it's a metaphor of life na sometimes, it's the lamp that's our intention. That's what
Yes.
we want to get. And
That's
it's
right.
the most powerful thing. Diba? The lamp. Doon, diba? It will give you your 3 wishes. It will tell you your wishes, my command.
Yeah.
But, pag
You were
may-
blinded with the bling.
Yes, but diba, we are Aladdin, and yet there's a monkey in us, there's an Abu in us that gets distracted, looks to the left, looks to the right, and parang oops, instant thing. Diba, that it gets us into trouble. But when we just focus on getting that lamp,
Yes.
we get the power of the
Exactly.
universe, diba? Parang
Exactly.
we access the power of the
Tsaka yung skip to the good part, you don't even know if the good part...
It's really it,
You know,
diba?
and then tsaka yung good part, there's always a risk to it. You know, there's always something behind it. Maybe it's a little bit pessimistic, right? But at the same time, it's not just like a good part per se, di ba? Meron kang palit minsan, di ba?
And I also believe na when something comes easy, it goes by fast.
Yes. That's true. I agree.
Oo.
I agree. Kasi
Oo.
hindi mo na-feel yung, hindi mo, parang sa akin personally, parang hindi deserving. Kasi bakit parang ang bilis? Diba? Ano ba yung ginawa ko to get here? So parang nagkaka-imposter sa loob
Yes.
ka, diba?
That's true.
So, parang,
Tsaka kahit nga wag mo siyang gawing philosophical or parang insight na parang wisdom insight parang in the most practical sense, di ba sa finance or sinasabi kapag mabilis nakuha ang pera at mabilis ang proseso ganyan, most likely scam.
Yes.
Di ba yun ang laging sinasabi? Yun.
Anti-phishing.
Scam siya. Diba? Pero kapag ang isang investment, kapag yun yung mga, like an insurance policy, pag sinabi niyang it needs time. Kasi ganun, investment literally, it has to
needs time.
grow over the dips and the ups of the economy. Diba? Pero pag ang pinangako sa'yo ng isang binibenta sa'yo, for instance, na investment thing, ay, eto lang, maliit.
Pyramid scheme pa.
Oo. Parang,
MLM.
yung 20K mo, pwedeng maging next month.
Open-minded ka ba?
Diba? Yan. So, it's a scam. So, because literally, even in the most practical sense as money, everything takes time, diba? The worthwhile things take time. And siguro to wrap up din yung idea natin on generation, I just would like to share na our national artist for film and broadcast arts, Ricky Lee, who is also my mentor of most writers, he once said this, na parang nag-iba yung idea ko of generational gap. There's not really a gap. And Ricky Lee is parang he came from a previous generation, 'di ba? Na parang sinabi niya, hindi totoo yung hindi tayo magka-generation. Magka-generation tayo kasi pare-pareho tayong nabubuhay sa time na to.
Right now.
So, 'di ba, parang magkaka-generation ngayon yung mga boomers na nabubuhay, millennials na nabubuhay, Gen Xers, Gen Zs, and the Gen Alpha are coming. My God!
Yeah.
So, parang, sabi ko, okay, so, ang ganda nun for me na parang, binibring niya, yung idea binibring all
It's a
of us
mindset shift
together.
I think,
Oo.
sorry, parang ang idea ko lang behind it, I like that idea kasi we're experiencing the same thing. But at the same time, I think the difference is that the older generation compares it to the different generation that they're part in, that they were a part of and we're not. So parang sila, di ba yung parang,
Nung panahon ko.
Doon nagsisimula yung gap,
Yeah.
I think, na parang, kasi kino-compare nila
Yes.
parate na parang, so, yung mga older generation, they're trying to parang ganun pa rin.
Yes.
Yung point of reference nila.
Actually,
lagi
and
yung
it
time
was
nila.
interesting for me that it came from someone who's actually not part of my generation. Ano, parang a wiser, older person would tell me na parang, no, hindi, magka-generation tayo. So, and it translates, sana we have more people like Ricky Lee, pero nag-translate kasi siya sa, parang namdam yung sincerity na he wants to understand
Exactly.
us.
Yeah.
There's no
Dapat
judgment.
Kasi
May
honestly, I
openness.
think there's
So,
honestly, I respect Ricky Lee,
Oo.
but at the same time there is really a gap. I think the thing is walang ano to, yung hindi tayo nag-meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Neither parang I'm not saying like generalization. It's just that I think walang olive branch. I mean, I'm sorry, olive branch na parang okay, I understand you. Tas parang yung younger generation, okay, I understand why you want things to stay that way because it's easier that way, diba? Parang I think it's just yung pagkakaintindihan lang within
Well,
generation.
parang we need to have, at some point, magkailangan na natin mag-truce.
Exactly.
Diba? Na parang,
magkaintindihan
at
na lang
magkaintindihan,
tayo.
right,
for
right.
sure.
Sometimes it's like, parang the younger generation goes like, they'll just die. Or like, the older
Pero I'm sorry. Pero totoo, diba?
Or at some point, to be honest ako, medyo guilty din ako doon sa part na parang hayaan mo na yun.
Ako rin naman.
Parang-
Kasi diba?
Yeah.
Pero sinasabi ko sa election, bakit yung mga tao, yung mga matandang tao, ine-elect mo yung gano'n, hindi naman ikaw yung makaka-feel ng yung effects ng vote mo,
exactly.
diba?
Yes.
Ako pa na maglilive 30 years. 40 years, hopefully 50 years. Pero na ako yung makaka-feel ng effects ng vote mo, diba? Sana isipin mo rin yon.